there as well. It just looks a little bit bare. So first, everyone, and welcome back. If you are new here, then hello, my name is Zoe and this is my YouTube channel. This week is a big week because it's New Year's Eve makeup look week, which is my favourite. Today we are just doing all the glitter, all the shimmer we can, all the full coverage that we can. We're going big today. This is also my second to last video of 2019, which is really sad but exciting at the same time. So thank you to everybody who subscribed this year, watched a video, commented on a video, or even just liked a video. It does really mean a lot. So if you want to see more tutorials in 2020, then click the subscribe button. Get straight into today's tutorial because it might be a long one. Okay, the headband is going on. We mean business today. And I actually can't do my makeup now without wearing this headband. Starting with the Piere Louise Base, we don't want our eyeshadow moving around on New Year's Eve. So I'm just going to carve out my brow and then pat this all over like I usually do. I have done my brows already. I've just used the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and then I will just titivate them a little bit more later because I always go over them anyway when I'm doing my foundation. I can't do eyeshadow without doing brows first. So for eyes, I've got a picture in my head, but usually if I do that, that always goes wrong for me. I'm going to concentrate more on like silvery sparkly tones, just as a bit of a change, and I think that sort of screams New Year's Eve to me. For the rest, I want some nice like neutral browns, I think. So I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and then as my transition shade first, I'm just going to use one which is different. This is Latte eyeshadow from Makeup Geek. I'm taking Latte as my transition shade, and this is going all into my crease, and I am going to blend it up quite far and also do my little like wing out thing, which I usually do. I want my glitter to come up quite far as well, literally like all in this inner part. So I'm going to blend my eyeshadows up as high as I can, right up towards my brow, just leaving a really small gap for highlighter later on, and then again just buffing it out in this outer corner. Let me know if you have any special plans for New Year's Eve. I will be working, doing everybody else's makeup to enjoy their New Year's Eves, but I don't really mind. I don't really do much for New Year's Eve anyway, to be fair. I prefer to have like more time at Christmas than New Year's. So let me know what parties you're going to. I'm going to leave that on the side just in case I need to go back into it later, and then I'm going to move on to the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm only going to use a couple of shades anyway. The first one is just this one right there, and I've just moved on to a slightly smaller brush, and I'm going to concentrate this mainly on my outer corner because all in here is going to be covered with glitter anyway. And just on the outer lid as well, start darkening this up, and then also just tapering this off in that outer corner too. This is going to be my second to last tutorial here for this year, so I've not really decided what I want to film for my very last one because it's going to go live on, I think it'll be the 29th, which is Sunday the 29th. So I don't know whether to do like a roundup, just a normal tutorial. Let me know what you think, if there's anything in particular you think I should film for my very last tutorial of 2019. I was going to do another New Year's Eve look, but I think this is going to be the only one I'm going to be able to get up because there's no point just like a few days before New Year's Eve. So I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Let me know if you've got any ideas. And then finally, just to deepen up a little bit more, I'm going to use that one right there, which is just slightly more of a darker brown. It's almost got like a purpley undertone to it. So this one's just going right into the crease and onto the outer part of my lid as well. So I want that to be sort of the darkest area. I think for New Year's Eve you've got to go glittery or smoky. For my lid colour, even though I am going to be putting pigments and glitters over the top, I just want something a little bit sparkly underneath. So I'm going to use one of these again, which I used in my last tutorial. It's the Molten Metal Glitter Eyeshadow from Beauty Boulevard. This one's in the shade Adelize, and it's sort of like a taupey grey with little flecks of glitter in. So what I'm going to do is just pop some on the back of my hand and just use a fluffy brush to blend this over. If it works like that, that's it. Because it is quite dark, so I'm going to start sort of on the middle where my dark shadow ends there, and then just build it up a little bit, and then just bring any excess just into this inner part here. So let's move on to glitters. So I've got 3 different glitters which I could possibly be using. I've got first the liquid eyeliner from Collection. This is the Glam Crystals one in the shade number 1, Glitz, and I absolutely love these. The second one is the Peaches Pigment in Starlight. I'm just going to use the same brush and just pop a little bit of the glue on here. I do usually use like a flat packer brush for pigments, but because I want it sort of a little bit everywhere, I don't really mind if this brush blends it out a bit further than I usually would. Doesn't necessarily have to be like super concentrated in one area. So I'm using the Peaches Pigment in Starlight first, and I'm just going to pat this on just quite random, all in this inner corner, and I'm going right up to my brow and then just patting over where it meets in that outer corner. And because we're going to be mixing like 2 pigments together, it doesn't have to be so neat. I feel like I'm enjoying makeup looks which don't actually like need to take you ages to do. So that's Starlight on. I'm now going to pick up a little bit of that the Bella Piere one. This one's a little bit more whiter, I think, so this will look nice over the top. They just look so shimmery together, and you can just keep on building this up until it's how you want it. And then I'm just going in with a little bit more of Starlight because I think that one is my favourite. Just quickly going over the top a bit more. Okay, then going back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm just going to bring up that transition shade a little bit more and just sort of tap over the edge of where this glitter ends. We're looking at super glittery. I'm just going to do a little bit of eyeliner now. So I'm going to do my upper waterline because this always helps my lashes blend in, and it makes the roots of my lashes look that little bit thicker. And I'm also, I probably should have done this before the glitter, but I am also just going to try and just line a little bit close to my lash line just to help my lash band blend. You could also do like just like a liquid liner or a gel line. And then I'm just going to take a little smudger brush and just blend that out a little bit. So I'm just going to quickly apply my false lashes off camera, and then I will be back in 1 sec. Okay, so lashes are on. I've used the Koko lashes Amore, which are just really big and dramatic, which is what we need for New Year's Eve. So I'm going to move on to foundation now. I am just going to quickly take a wipe and just wipe off any of the glitter underneath my eye. I'm not really too bothered about sharpening up this area because I do want it to look quite blown out anyway. So for foundation, I'm going to use my trusty Milani 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, which is absolutely the bomb. And because it is New Year's Eve and we are super extra, I'm adding the custom cover drops from Cover FX just for some more extra coverage. I am going to have to take this down onto my neck as well because it's just a bit darker than my skin tone, because again I forgot to tan last night. So I did tan, but I just used that like gradual tan, which doesn't really work, does it? Okay, so let's move on to concealer. Again, as usual, I'm going to use 2. So I'm going to use my Makeup Forever, no it's not, it's Makeup Revolution, my C5 first, and then to brighten after I'm going to use my Studio Fix. Concealer is just the absolute bomb. Using your concealer after will also lighten up your foundation a little bit. So if you've gone a little bit too dark, which I always do, then this is going to just lighten it up a little bit, even everything out a bit more. And then leaving my under eyes to last, so I just get that little bit of extra coverage. Oh my god, look at my hands. And then right in this outer corner, I'm just tapering it off to the edge of that shadow, sharpening up a little bit, but I don't want it to be like a really harsh line. Okay, and then just to brighten up a little bit, I'm just going to use my Studio Fix in NC25, and I just like to be sort of quite bright here. And then while I let that just sit there, I'm just going to pop my contour on the back of my hand, which will be my beautiful bronze from LA Girl. See how that little bit just really brightens that area? It's really nice. Okay, so I need my contour brush. So I'm going to do my usual, bringing it up onto my cheeks as well. And then a little bit around my hairline. And then I can use the sponge which I've used to blend everything out, just to blend this out a little bit. Just so it doesn't look too harsh. Okay, so to set this now, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier powder today because this is what I would use on a night out and my makeup does not budge. So first I always blend out my under eyes again because it's probably started just to crease a little bit because it is so wet. And then I might actually just bake a little bit. I have only like really started to bake a little bit, but if I do, it's literally just like on that cheekbone area there, not too far into my inner corner because it just gets so dry there. Just to take the tackiness away before my bronzer, I'll just get a little bit of powder, pat it into my hand like that, and then just lightly just pat everywhere else, just so when I do my bronzer now, it doesn't lift anything up from underneath. So that's that, and then bronzer, I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution bronzer because I'm running out of a lot of different ones. Actually, I'm going to use my baked bronzer first from Milani. I do like this underneath the Revolution one. Okay, so that one underneath and then my Revolution one on top. So try not to apply too much of this because it doesn't always blend the easiest. But I might just like not do any blush today, so just bronzer. I'm just going to go into my Anastasia palette and just mix the two end contour colours together. And just go into my contour a little bit more. Okay, then I'm just going to wipe this off the under eyes and finish those off before I do anything else to the skin. So I'm going to line my waterline with that same black eyeliner. And with a little smudge brush, I'm going to go back in with the darkest shadow that we used from the Jacqueline palette, and just smudge all this along my lash line. Can't do this without making the ugliest faces. I'm going to take more of a fluffy brush, go in with the second to last shade, and just start buffing this underneath. Because I do like a really sort of blown out under eye. And then I'm just taking the very first shade, which was Frappe, and just sort of buffing this. I like to pretty much blend mine to my hairline. Okay, and then for the inner corner, we're going to have to, I think we're going to have to use glitter there as well. It just looks a little bit bare. So first, There are no words. There are literally no words. Oh, that was my favourite one as well. I'm actually just going to leave that there until the end because I'm that pissed that that just happened. And it's all gone on my carpet as well. And if I start to faff with that, I'm never going to finish this tutorial. So I'm going to use instead, hopefully this one won't fall out, the MUA. This one is in Radiant Cashmere. These are really pretty. I just need something cool toned, I think. I can't use like anything gold. I'll have to put that on my Christmas list now. This isn't too silvery, but it'll act as a nice base, I think. I'm just going to pop this underneath and then just bring the glitter just down to this inner corner a little bit, I think. Because a normal highlighter I don't think is going to cut it with all the glitter on my eyes. So I'll just take a little bit of one of them and just pop it in here. And then I'm just going to use a little bit of this on to my cheeks as well. I don't know if I need any blush or not. Might just do a little bit. For blush, I'm just going to use, where are you? This that's in here. This is from Clarins. I used it in my last video, but I really like it. It's a soft peach blush powder when I can bloody open it. I'm just going to use my same highlighter brush and then just dust just a little bit onto my cheeks. I swear it doesn't really do much, but just adds a slight bit of colour. So what shall we do next? I'm just going to do a bit on my brows, I think, and then they are done. Only need to titivate them a little bit. I'm just going to fill in any gaps that I missed before and then just do my brow gel and then they are done. This is the brow gel from Primark. It's in the dark brown, but I really like it. I'm going to do Soar lip liner, just give it a good sharpen. Which I haven't used this for ages, and this is like one of my all-time favourite pencils. And I always like to overline my lips as well. Okay, then for the centre, I'm going to use this liquid lipstick from Me Cosmetics, and it's in the shade 5. Okay guys, so that completes today's glittery New Year's Eve makeup look. I really hope you do enjoy it. Please let me know if you do down in the comments, and please give it a big thumbs up as well and subscribe. I hope you have an amazing new year whatever you are doing. I am going to go and clean up all the highlighter off my floor now, and I will see you next week in my next one. Bye!